Hello YouTube, hello lovely viewers. We are playing Alan Wake 2, the Lakehouse DLC. Now, just like I made a settings video for Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster, I really wanted to show my settings for the Lakehouse. Because it's a largely indoor environment, there's actually not that much taxing stuff going on. So if you've got a capable GPU, you can really push the boundaries here. So I've got an RTX 4060 and I've got a Ryzen 5 5600 and 16 gigs of RAM. Fairly standard setup, I would assume. These are my settings, so you can go ahead and copy them. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to have a good balance between visuals, but also have ray tracing on. Because ray tracing in the Lakehouse completely changes the way the game looks. And I think it's a huge plus point if you've got an RTX capable card, especially a 40 series card that can have DLSS frame gen. And yeah, you can turn on ray tracing and look at the effects. We're getting some really impressive reflections, and I thought that NVIDIA would also be capturing the frame rate and CPU and GPU load counter at the top, but it wasn't, so you're gonna have to take my word here. It was running at around 80 to 110 FPS. There was like a wide range, not erratic, just like that was the range, and less than 75 milliseconds of latency the entire time. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you a brief bout of gameplay. I'm gonna hit this, and I'll show you that it doesn't get dicey with all these settings on, even in the midst of combat. So we'll head through this section here. Again, I'm gonna try and keep this spoiler free, so it's been a month, more than a month I think, since the Lakehouse came out. I'm late in making this video, and if you haven't played it yet, well, come on. But yeah, this isn't spoilers. I think this is stuff that we saw in the trailer, and the performance is largely solid. Let's get into this elevator and I'll show you more. Okay, now that we've seen how it performs in this section, I'm just gonna show you how it performs in another section. This is just me showing you that this is the result on this card. So if you've basically got the settings down, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say that the Lakehouse DLC runs a lot smoother than the main game. There's less stuff going on. It's not an outdoor environment, so you can really crank those settings up and get good performance. Again, I'll show you the settings. I'm running DLSS at quality, but you could easily go for balanced. Keep everything else in medium to high if you really want to. And yeah, I'm gonna set path trace indirect lighting to low, direct lighting off. Basically, all I'm trying to say is you can mess around with the ray tracing settings according to your setup, see what works. I don't see much use in having transparency to high, and you can see that this game still looks pretty damn impressive. Around here, again, I was getting around 80 to 85 FPS, 90 at times, and that's more than enough for me for a game like this. I would honestly cap it at 60 in play, but I've heard that there's issues with that. I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, here are my settings. You can go ahead and copy them. I like to put it up to quality just because I think that it looks a little less smudgy and blurry, but DLSS works great in this game. It's implemented really well. Go ahead, turn up all the ray tracing settings, and enjoy the Lakehouse DLC and Alan Wake 2. For those of you who just want to see a little bit more about how performance is more dicey scenarios, stick around. I've got a clip right after this voiceover that shows you a little bit more intense combat sequence, and no frame drops there. So it's pretty good. Enjoy the Lakehouse DLC.